pop back up like Batman. Okay, now that worked. Good afternoon. Hey, Mandy. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. We got a lot to talk about, of course, because y'all know that Congress is still up there on the Hill. The House is trying to get that Senate bill passed. Plus, I want to talk to y'all about old Lisa Murkowski again. You never catch me on time? Awesome, C. Mandy. Yeah, I announced this morning my morning show is going to start next week. I just got to pick the time. I'm going to post it in Patreon. My Patreon is free to access, so I'm going to post the timing over there, but that's going to be broadcast on YouTube. I'll still do lives on TikTok, but you can't say shit on TikTok. You keep it real, and I love you for it. Thank you so much, Music Man. I love you for coming and supporting. I really appreciate it. Hey, Lachelle. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Chris. Hey, beautiful. Let me tell you, sometimes I'm late, and then sometimes I'm early. So sometimes y'all not late. I'm just kidding. Like yesterday, I was carrying on. I got on early because that bill passed, and it was so much happening. I was like, oh, no. I gotta go on. We gotta talk about this. It's too much happening. There's too many things happening. Plus, Trump and Elon were fighting. So I'm about to switch to Trump and Musk picture because, they're still fighting. That hasn't changed. But did y'all catch on to what's happening above me? Oh, you get the notifications. All right, cool. Did y'all catch what that is up there? Because that's how I'm feeling these days. I don't feel any sorrow for anything that's going to happen to anybody that voted for Donald Trump. There's a lot of waking up that's happening in MAGA. Those who are on social services are waking up and realizing, oh shit, I use that stuff. Ooh, I just wanted to own the libs. I didn't know they'd actually take my stuff. I don't know how they didn't know. Republicans have been campaigning on this type of stuff forever. I told y'all, but the dog caught the car. So they had to do something. Because either you're lying to them rich donors and those voters, or either you're telling the truth. Good afternoon, Living Life. Good afternoon, Russ. How are you all? But I knew that it was going to happen because at the end of the day, you can only lie for so long. At some point, you're going to run out of runway to continue to tell lies. You're going to have to be honest at some point. You said you live in Florida, you're a phlebotomist. I'm seeing some slowdowns. Oh, it's going to be something. It's bad enough the Canadians already, they said they're not coming back. They put their properties up for sale and said, we'll vacation in other places. We don't have to come to America. We're not that pressed. And did y'all see this afternoon that Trump froze funding for Florida? See, ain't nobody safe. So even the people that are taking a knee for Trump, they're not safe. They're going to lose too. Hold on, let me find that article because I saw it earlier today and was like, I laughed. And I said out loud when I laughed, I said, now Ron DeSatan got to find this money. They have to find this money now. Okay, I'm going to go back to that one because I saw that one too and that shit made me laugh. Hold on, let me find it. That's Tom Tillis. Hold on, let me go back up. I think I just liked it, but I didn't save it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, because I upvoted it. Because I laughed out loud and was like, oh, well, that's what they get. Hold on, let me see. Where is it? Because I saw it and laughed my ass off. And was like, that's what they get. Hold on, get away from there. Okay, maybe I didn't save it. I know I did. What'd they say? I'm going to go here. Trump takes, because it was like education funding or something. And it was like $300 and something million that Florida is going to lose now. Trump takes Florida funding. And when I saw it, I was like, chill, how Florida going to make up for that money? Yep. Schools and states scramble as Trump freezes. He froze $6.8 billion in federal funds, right? And now Trump says his relationship, hold on for a second, let me go, because I can tell y'all exactly what it was. Because when I just read it, I was like, oh shit. They're withholding $6.8 billion in federal education funds approved 4 months ago by Congress. So the president is just saying, fuck everything. I'm going to control the purse strings. Even though the Constitution says that's the job of Congress. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Let me explain to y'all, like I've been telling y'all, Republicans don't give a shit about the Constitution. All that shit was a ploy designed to get you to buy into not getting health care, not having unions, not having affordable housing, not having a government that worked for you. All that shit was a lie just to get what they wanted to get from you. And once they got it, well, they don't need you no more. That's why Republicans are stepping on their voters right now with this budget bill. They got what they needed from these people. They don't need these people anymore. And not just that, they know these people will vote for them again. Yeah? Because the only thing worse than a Republican that lies is a liberal. That's it. I'm not surprised that pardoned January 6th rider to join the Justice Department, because ain't no justice in the Justice Department no more. Remember, the Justice Department is now Trump's personal law team. When they were supposed to be our lawyers. That's what the Justice Department is supposed to be, our lawyers. But for whatever reason, they're Trump's lawyers. See, he just took our lawyers and decided they're for him. No, they're supposed to work for us. Just like all these programs and grants and stuff getting pulled and funding getting pulled because they say it don't align with the president's initiatives. No disrespect, fuck him. What aligns with what Congress has already approved? And we voted for those members to be in Congress. See? So they just usurped your votes. They said, fuck your votes, commoners. We'll tell you what's best for you. Us rich people and powerful people are going to take your money and take your government, and we're going to do what we want to with it. And that's what they're doing. They've already had 3 votes up on the House, like procedural votes, and they don't feel comfortable enough to bring the bill all the way up quite yet for a real vote. They still talking behind the scenes. But trust me, they gonna fold like a cheap ass chair from the damn Dollar Tree. Watch. They're going to fold. Oh, you ain't gonna find not one good Republican that can name something on the bill that's good, because nothing's good about it. What they are doing is transferring wealth, again, giving rich people more money, as if they needed more money. And to mad historians' point, they say when we go to sleep, they'll vote. Trust and believe, Congress will work all night when it's about taking something from you. They will never work all night when it's to give you free health care, affordable housing, better schools, better communities, better working conditions, a raise in minimum wage, federal actual legislation for paid leave. They're not going to stay up all night for shit like that because they don't care. Why would I stay up all night for that when it don't impact me? Because see, they get paid regardless. Whether government is open or closed, Congress is going to get their check. So why would they care about us? That's what I need you guys. That's what I need everybody to remember and stay focused on. They don't care about us. If they did, they would do things that showed that they cared about us. But they don't do that. Instead, they do everything but that. Think about it. They do everything but that. They give you every excuse in the book why they can't raise the minimum wage. Remember all those times? We can't afford it. Yes, we can. If rich people pay their taxes, you could actually go to trade school for free. You could go to college for free. If rich people pay their taxes. But rich people don't want to pay taxes. They want you to pay their taxes. Yeah, Miss Mack, you're right. They're not listening to constituents because you know why? They realize they don't have to. Because then rich people are going to give them money and they're going to pump out ads with a whole bunch of lies and folks are going to feed into it. Like somebody said earlier, you know how we got here and we ain't talking about it enough? I'm going to do a video about it too. That damn George Bush, No Child Left Behind. This is education, baby. This is the long-term impacts of dumbing down the American education system. A lot of people don't know what to believe. They have no clue about what discernment looks like, how to assess sources. And whether or not it's a valid source or a questionable source, they have no idea. They have no idea. That's what you're looking at, the dumbing down of America. And then they mad that very well-educated immigrants come here. That's the jealousy. Because the assumption, because again, the education system is so poor in America, the assumption is people living in other countries aren't well-educated. Like they don't get educations. Like they don't have colleges and they don't have doctors and lawyers. No, they do. They actually do. Newsflash. They actually do. So a lot of Americans don't understand that there are many countries, especially developed countries, that have a populace of people that are educated, just like in America. Like that go to like college and trade schools, all those things. America ain't special for that shit. Matter of fact, we're behind in it. We're not innovators and leading in it. People send their kids here to go to college because, you know, that exposure is great for resumes. It's great for a lot of things. But don't get it twisted and think that everybody that comes here for college stays here forever. They do not. They do not. Where we are right now with our government is the direct result of Republican policies when it comes to education. They wanted to dumb down the electorate, and they did just that. That went down the wrong pipe. Jesus, what did it say? Don't it speak for itself, Maryland? Mama Musk and Daddy Trump still fighting. Now, I'm going to show y'all something I caught earlier. Now, dang, you can't see it all the way, but Trump and Elon had a fight, right? And you know, Trump had said to the press asked him about Elon, and Trump said, well, we're going to have Doge investigate him and take a look at that and see what's going on with his contracts and stuff, right? And then Elon comes back and says, so this is interesting. I'm tempted to, he said he's so tempted to escalate it. I'll put this up for right now. I ghetto ass country. He says he's tempted to escalate it, but he'll wait. Again, oh, he's going to talk. Elon's going to run his mouth because he can't help it. He can't help it. He can't help it. So I am here for the messiness. You hear me? I am here for it. Because Donald Trump and Elon Musk are both messy queens. They are both messy queens. They cannot keep their mouths shut to save their lives. They are both messy queens. Hey, Maribel. Hey, beautiful. They are both messy queens. So we know they're going to run their mouth, right? We know Elon going to spill the beans. And I'm just sitting here going, tell us. Tell us what you did. You already kind of told us. Come on, brother. Come on out with it. Tell everything. Because either way, Trump is your enemy of Trump now. It doesn't matter. Ain't no go backsies. Trump don't never do take backsies. Understand that. Once you cross Trump, you are forever on his bad side. He never lets you cross back over there. It's like Ghostbusters. You know how they tell you don't cross the streams? It's the same way. If you do that, you never get back into good graces with Donald Trump. Ever. So Elon is done. He'll never get back into good graces with Trump. So I want to know how far he's willing to go. Yep. I'm with you, Ashley. Tell us. I am here for the messiness. Ain't nothing like, look, it's nothing like when messy queens break up and they fight and start telling each other's business. Because that's what's happening. The messy queens broke up and now they just sitting there telling each other business. You ain't know, but we haven't touched each other in years. Because that's what messy queens do. You know, when it's starting to break apart, then we got to run and tell everybody the business. No, you don't. But that's what Elon and Trump are doing. They're feuding online. And the public, we're just sitting online going, child. Oh, you going to let them say that? We instigating. I know I am. Yep. They gonna deport him and he gonna still run his mouth. Good. I want him to. Because if they deport him, then running his mouth is even better because it ain't like they gonna lock him up. You understand? And this guy got enough money, he can go anywhere he wants to. Now, he's probably thinking about, now I'm going to tell you what I thought. Because, see, I've been following Trump long enough to know he's a petty Betty. He's a petty queen, okay? That's a petty queen right there. That's why I always say he gets so upset at the LGBTQ community, but he got on bronzer, hairspray, all these different things. So it always sounds like jealousy to me, but that's a whole nother discussion, right? Whole nother discussion. Always got something to say, but he a messy queen. He messy. And when you cross Donald Trump, you never get to come back. So I'm here for this fight. I'm here for this fight. What did I tell y'all? Oh, let me switch back to this. Let me switch back to this thing. Oh, hold on. That was before they had little JD. There he is. Look at that baby. He's so precious. He is so precious. I love a beautiful. This is the nuclear family. Isn't that what they say? This is the nuclear family. This is America. This is what America looks like. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, it is. No, it isn't. But yeah, it is. Ah. Oh my goodness. Just like, notice how the White House has been real funny about how they take pictures of the president. Y'all notice that? They're very calculated. Because I saw a picture today of Donald Trump with Laura Loomer. And McDonald's is not kind. I'll just say that. What they say, McDonald's ain't kind. What do they say? Some of us struggle with having that addiction to a Big Mac. The president is also on that Big Mac brigade. Okay? I was like, ooh, I saw that vantage point. I said, oh, bruh, he is the definition of hauling ass right now. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand the definition of hauling ass right now? I'm like, who knew he had a dunk? Trump got an onion right about now. Listen. I saw it. I was like, ain't that what the guys do when they see an onion? They go, that was me. I was like, that's a whole onion right there. He literally, what they say? Oh my God, Becky, look at his back. Oh, it is so big. Like, it's huge. Like, oh my God, like, ew. That's how I felt when I saw it. I was like, whoa. I think I liked it or saved it or something. I'll be sure to bring that pic up. I'll put that pic in the Patreon. Because TikTok they be playing with me. Chill, and it smells funny here. Listen. Donald got back. And I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When Donald get in your face with the diaper and it gets swollen when it's full. Like, I'm not no rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here sounding like MC such and such. Yeah, I'm no rapper. I just play one on TV. But when I saw him with Laura Loomer, I was like, 6'2", 230? Shit. Come on, I already knew that. But remember the White House doctor released that as an official statement. Remember that. Never forget that. Saying this man was 6'2", 230 pounds. Shh. In his dreams. He probably looks like that in his dreams. Or either they gave him one of those special mirrors that make him look a certain way. Thank you so much. That makes him look a certain way. But no fucking way. Like I told y'all, if they'll lie to you about stuff like that, they'll lie to you about anything. But I told you Trump wants this bill passed before 4th of July. It's July 2nd. Congress only got one more fucking day to get this shit done before they failed at Trump's agenda. They've already got the banners printed. They've already got the programs done. You understand? They already got everything all set up and shit. So they just got to make this official by passing the damn bill. Now, I'm going to tell you what's even funnier. Lisa Murkowski, Senator Murkowski from Alaska, she says now she doesn't want the House to pass the bill. Not as it is. She wants them to make revisions. Well, the joke's on her, because Mike Johnson says he wants to pass that bill as is. No changes. And I hope they do pass it, because Lisa Murkowski's full of shit. I told y'all this morning that Lisa Murkowski's full of it. She's a liar and she's a fraud. She just doesn't want to be honest about the fact that she gave in to special interest groups and big business and billionaires, because that's who she works for. She does not work for the people of Alaska. Marjorie Taylor Greene online talking all that bukkake-ness, talking about, oh, well, I didn't know all that. I'm not voting for that. Yes, she will. Yes, she will. She's full of shit too. Marjorie Taylor Greene is full of shit too. They're all full of shit, but they lie. Well, they're still protected by a carve-out to some degree, but they're still going to get nailed on some other stuff. They're not protected on everything. You know what I mean? She got them some things, but they still going to get hit, because this is the thing. Everybody that works in Alaska don't live there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just travel there to work. They go up there, they make their money for several months out of the year, which is a lot of money they can make in that short amount of time. Yep, Obama's rolling in the dough. Yep, because he worked hard for it. Jealous. Wish it was you, but it's not. Bye. Been blocked. Counting Obama's money, but won't count Trump's. Chill, bye. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that. Yep, sent that packing. We're having a grown folk conversation here. I had a discussion with somebody earlier today where they said to me, and this was a younger person, they said, listen, it's not fair for you to talk about one person doing something but not talk about the other side. I said, who told you that lie? I said, that's gaslighting. That's designed to not get you to talk about something. If anybody ever tells you that, it's because they don't want you to talk about something that you're talking about. So they say that shit. Well, if you can't talk about that because you're not talking about X, Y, and Z. Who said that? Who told you that lie? Yes, I can. Absolutely. Because one, I'm not the police of the world. It ain't my job to talk about everything. That's the first thing. And good evening to everyone as well. And that's not my responsibility. But that don't mean I can't talk about something that doesn't make sense. Stop listening to people say that mess to you. Well, we're not going to talk about what the Republicans' bill is because Democrats did. We're talking about the bill they passed last night in the Senate. Republicans don't want to deal with it because that's not a nice bill. And understand, when midterms happen, if Democrats win and stuff expires, Republicans, their messaging is going to be, I'm preparing y'all for it in advance. They're going to say, Democrats did this to you. Democrats did this to you. When in fact, what they passed was a temporary patch. So while Republicans still had control, they were hoping you wouldn't notice anything. And by the time it's all screwed up, well, somebody else has control, so you can put it on them. Exactly, Tony, every single time. Somebody came on one of my videos earlier and said, during the Biden administration, they extended the Trump tax cuts. The Trump tax cuts expired for us. The Trump tax cuts were permanent for what they got for those rich people the first time. They wanted to give them more tax cuts. So cut the shit. We still ain't getting permanent tax cuts in the new bill. The rich people are, though. It's like, stop believing lies. But again, America has a problem with worshiping the rich. And I can't help but think it's because so many poor people in America or working class people in America, they don't like being working class. Nope. They don't like it. They don't like being working class. They want to be anything but a working class American, which I find interesting because I'm like, I don't need to be rich. I just need to be able to pay my bills. I don't want to have to choose between groceries and keeping the lights on. I don't want to have to choose between seeing a doctor and keeping my job. That's really all we're asking for. I don't think working class Americans are asking for a lot. But we have a segment of Americans in America that believe that working class people asking for anything is bad. And so I can't help but think these people they're not allies. Like, it makes me wonder about the future of America in terms of, can we all coexist together? Meaning Democrats and Republicans, because frankly, what Republicans want for America is to make working class people suffer. That's really the alternative party. That's the alternative party. Working class must suffer. Hey, Mrs. Thompson, good evening. That's the platform of the Republican Party, suffer. I told you, struggle and suffering is so satisfying to the Trump administration. You don't build a migrant camp in the middle of the Florida Everglades because you're nice. You do it because you want to be cruel. That's why you did it, just to be cruel, and because you could. You understand? You did it because you could. And that's the unfortunate part. They're all doing this stuff because they can. That's the bottom line. Who's going to do something about it? That's the real question. Who's going to do something about it? We can do something about it. Like I told you guys, that's why we have to be actively engaged. That's why I've been cutting those videos for that new segment I'm starting next week, to show people how to find out what district they live in, how to know who their elected representatives are, not just on the local level, but to also know who your national, like your federal representatives are. You know, how to find out who your Chamber of Commerce members are, who your judges are, how you know what people are doing in your government that have been placed in those positions. You know? Aww. Hey, El Diego. Deportito. Bye. What did they say? Y'all gonna learn. They're gonna learn. Job report is out. 33. Whoa, hold on. Let me look at that. Let's talk about this job. I'm not surprised. Find all those federal workers, get rid of all those government contracts. Well, also government contracting companies had to lay people off because they couldn't afford to keep all that overhead. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't afford it. They could not afford it. And this is just the private sector. Oh my goodness. So we're not even counting government jobs. Whoa. The private sector lost 33,000 jobs in June, badly missing expectations for 100,000 increase. So the Trump administration was thinking we were going to get 100,000 jobs. Oh, look at it. Look at somebody so thirsty because I blocked them. They came back with their bot account with 14 followers. Bye. Anyway, so we lost jobs. Didn't I tell y'all Republicans always lose jobs? I told y'all. All you gotta do is look at the track record. Republicans always take jobs because their economic policies always destroy jobs. You know, always destroy jobs every time. It's so funny to watch them come back with their other accounts and I delete them too. What seasoning you using when we eat the rich? Ooh, personally, Lowry's. Thank you all for helping me reach out. Lowry seasoning salt. It's nothing like Lowry's. Yeah, that's what I would use personally. If we're gonna eat the rich, Lowry seasoning salt's the only thing to take that nasty, that little nasty scent off of it. It's just so funny to watch. Look, they crashing out because I'm talking about this stuff. They keep coming in and I keep blocking. Block. Oh, they know they're not creating jobs, but they'll lie. See, but according to ADP, the payroll company, we lost 33,000 jobs in June, missing the target of 100,000 jobs, right? So we didn't even net any jobs. We lost jobs. Ciao. And that means, like I said, in a recession it's going to be worse than a recession. Who's going to spend money if you don't have a job? Trump can blame Biden, but you know what I'm going to say when he does that? I'm going to say that means Trump is weak. See, y'all got to learn how to pivot on that. So when Trump says that, then I say, oh, that means Trump is weak. I thought Trump said he was tough. I thought Trump said day one when he got back in, he would handle things. So not only are you not handling things, Joe Biden's not president and fighting cancer and still tougher than you. That's insane. Wow. That's what I would do. See, a lot of times people don't want to say those things, but say that. Because remember, Trump said he was going to fix everything day one. Not only has he not fixed it, he's made it worse. Yep, exactly. Go to college, get a degree. Again, it was all to... Listen, let me tell y'all something. When I was coming up, people could buy a house. Listen, because this is why America's crashing out. Because mediocrity don't cut it no more. See, you used to have a great life in America and be mediocre, right? You could on $20-something thousand a year. I'm not talking no big money. 20-something grand a year. You could have a house, a car. You can go on a couple vacations a year. You can have children. One of you, hell, might not even work. Just be full-time at home. That's what America used to be. They want to go back to that shit. But you can't go back to that and love capitalism. Those two things don't go together. You understand? The only way you can do that is in socialism. And they had socialism. That's what allowed them to do it. Government was subsidizing so much of everybody's life that they could create those fantasy lives. Think about it. They were in the military. Who's paying their salary? Who's giving them housing? Who's giving them job training? Who's giving them all those skills that they're able to then, when they come out of the military, they can go be an airplane mechanic. Where you were able to become an airplane mechanic because my tax dollars trained you to work on planes that you worked on in the military. You understand? But people forget that they were socialists before. And that's what happened. I love to get them and say nothing. See? 214 saying mom was an air traffic mechanic in the Air Force. And you take that job and once you leave the service, man, you ain't gonna never have a problem finding a job. It's a shortage of aircraft mechanics. And they usually come from military. Because who the hell is going to school as much as it costs to train to fix airplanes? Fuck out of here. The only people who can afford to pay to go to school for that is rich people, and they don't want to fix airplanes. Hey, Miss Sips T. They don't want to fix airplanes. It's just us. So how do you learn how to fix airplanes? Through socialism. But all of a sudden, socialism is bad. Man, no. It's bullshit marketing. See, your mom was a stay-at-home mom? Yep, but your mom was a stay-at-home mom because the system allowed it. I knew a lot of stay-at-home mothers that also got food assistance. They had a husband, all that. But the government still gave that family food assistance. They encouraged, that's why people were having babies. That's why they were having babies. Think about it. Because they were getting assistance. They were getting help. Why would you have babies and you not getting no help? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. If y'all could see the accounts that get blocked, because TikTok even blocks their comments. It's so funny. They're crashing out. But that, exactly, you could afford it. But capitalism changed that. Because a lot of those people from back then that used socialism to get ahead, they're rich now. Now they're still socialists, but they believe in using government to pad the pockets of rich people. They don't believe in socialism for working class people. Only socialism for rich people. That's why I say when people say they don't believe in socialism, bullshit. Yes, you do. You absolutely positively believe in socialism. You just believe in it for rich people. And you're too much of a coward to say that because it would make you look silly. But you look silly anyway, so it doesn't really matter, you know? All those power poles down in Las Vegas, someone is going to want those put back up. Yeah, they're going to want them, but the question is who's going to do it? I'd often ask myself why a governor would economically disincorporate the people that buy all their stuff. You know what? Sometimes the powerful do things just because they can. It's not because it makes sense. Like Elon Musk putting his money behind Republicans. Elon Musk is not a Republican. Just like Trump is not a Republican. Technically, he isn't. He's just an opportunist. He's just an opportunist. Trump had said decades before that if he ever ran for office, he'd run as a Republican because they were easier to fool. Okay, like I said, Trump's not stupid. I know a lot of people think he is, but that man is not stupid and he's far from dumb. He might do a lot of dumb shit, but he's not dumb. Okay? Yes, subsidies is welfare. Yep, it is. But we give so many subsidies out to businesses, big businesses worth millions and millions of dollars. Our tax dollars on the back of working class people, because rich people, again, have negotiated and paid the system, paid our elected officials so much. They don't work for us. They work for the people that keep them in jobs in which they don't deliver. Chuck Grassley, I saw a picture of Chuck Grassley earlier, and he was on the Senate floor falling asleep, it looks like, when they were working on that stuff. That man is a great, great grandpa. Why is he still in Congress? Why? There is no reason why Chuck Grassley is still fucking there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up his damn age as well, too. Because I want to know how old his ass is. Because he's old. Chuck Grassley is 91 years old. That's fucking ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. 91. At this point, you might as well put him on a stick and bring him in there. Like, really. And this guy's supposed to tell us we don't work hard enough. Pawpaw, you should have been out of that fucking job. What are you talking about? We don't. Who is we, sir? Who is we? When did we become French? Like what? Come on. But those are the type of elected officials that are in Congress. 91 years old. That's insane. And on September 17th, he turns 92. Just so y'all know. And September 17th, he turns 92 years old. That's insane. That's it. Let me see. He's been in the since 1981. 81. Exactly. Jim Crow's second cousin. You said Mitch McConnell? Let me check. There's no reason for him to still be there. Hell, Trump will be 80 next year. That's why I keep wearing that fucking hat everywhere you go lately. I told you he ain't got no edges. Listen. I told you. Y'all don't be believing me. I'm telling you. I know these things. He has no edges. Mitch McConnell is 83. Turtle was 83. Mitch McConnell was 83 years old. And he turns 84 in February. He just turned 83 this year. But this guy, these people are telling us what to do. As old as they are, I'm telling y'all, a lot of this is about the old guard want to go back to before civil rights. I'm telling you. They want to go back when immigrants knew their place. When you were the stereotypical immigrant, I'm telling you. All of this is about going back to a time. That's why when they say make America great again, that's old ass people thinking about the time before they had to give a shit about anybody that didn't they didn't have to give a shit about anybody that didn't look like them. That's what this is about. But we should have term limits. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that these old ass people are still in office. They say, let me see how long Mitch McConnell been there. Mitch McConnell been there since 1985. Chuck Grassley been there 4 years before he was. Enough's enough. Exactly, but enacting laws that they will never reap the consequences because they're already too old to feel the shit anyway. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And they don't give a damn about tearing up Medicaid, Medicare. Know why? They got Cadillac insurance on the hill. They don't care. They don't care. Thank you, Cedric. I hope people are listening. I'm trying to light a fire under the working class to really start questioning their elected officials. And if I gotta say question like they do down south, whatever I got to do for people to get it, they need to get it. You pay these people to work for you. At bare minimum, you should ask, how does this bill help me? And if your congressman or your senator can't tell you, then you need to say, then why the hell did you vote for it? I was looking at some of the media earlier, and I'm telling y'all, I done told y'all to watch that mainstream media, because all they care about is views. They'll do anything and say anything, but all they care about is views. What do they say? Well, what are Democrats, are they doing enough? The messaging, and you know what I yelled at this TV? I said, bitch, what are they supposed to do? They have minority. Y'all spent all election season talking about how old Joe Biden was, how Kamala Harris might not be ready for the job. And here y'all go again. I be watching them, especially CNN. CNN is owned by some of those same right-wing conservative folks. Because I forgot the guy who bought it. But that station is not what you think it is. It's Fox News Light. Watch yourself. Real talk. Real talk. Mainstream. That's why mainstream media is so upset by people like me and other people like me who are talking about this, because we're having the conversations that mainstream media won't have. They are disingenuous when they bring those people on there. Because I'd be at home like, no. That is not the question you should be asking. You should be asking this, this, and this. Why are you softballing that shit? No. Make these people uncomfortable and ask real damn questions. And they're not doing that. Yep, you watch PBS, BBC, and CBC, and see Trump and them want to get rid of PBS. See, anybody that's going to tell the truth, they don't want them around no way. They only want people who will push the narrative. If you ain't pushing the narrative, they don't want you. They don't want you. And that's just the bottom line. Bottom line. Now, Mitch McConnell claims he's not running again, because I'm looking. But of course, another wealthy person enters the Senate race to try to fill Mitch McConnell's seat. Again, why is it always rich people? Because let me explain something to y'all. If I was rich, this is my thought process. Say I'm worth billions of dollars. Why the hell would I stop working and doing what I'm doing for myself to go into government and just make $170-something thousand a year? Why would I do that? Okay, I would only do that if I'm coming in there to try to change the rules so I can make more money as a business owner. And so my friends can too. You understand? That's the only way. The only way. Pumpkin Pixie, if you send me your email address in DM, I can email it to you. Because I can't send it. I don't think I can do attachments in DMs. TikTok don't let us do that yet. They're saving us though. No disrespect. Because that saves all the women from eggplant pictures that we don't need. Child. We like, put that turtle away, sir. Nobody cares. So I think TikTok is doing us a favor by not allowing pictures in DMs, frankly. Allowing them in comments is more than enough. If they go any further, it won't be good for the women of TikTok. I guarantee it. Because it's going to be some raggedy ass man somewhere that's going to go, uh-oh, well, I know she wants to see it. No, sir. No, she doesn't. Especially when your stomach is in the picture too. Yeah, but she doesn't want to see it. I had to listen. Folks, the internet is out of control right now. Okay? I have to be honest about it. You know, I gotta be honest. And he say, what gets me the most, and I'm far from perfect, is the way he claims to be Christian. Yeah, but Trump ain't a Christian. Neither is J.D. Vance. Some lady said she was on the MAGA Live where someone was completely in a birthday. What? Oh, really? Oh, wow. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Some stuff TikTok allows certain people to get away with. I wish they wouldn't, but they do. Yeah, Instagram is way worse. That's why I don't really go on there too much, because I get tired of seeing people with hardly any clothes on fighting. It's always just some stupid shit. So I just get tired of it. Trump used to kick it with Diddy too. He did. He did. But see, I believe that the Russians got a tape on Trump. I'm starting to believe that more and more. There's some compromise on Trump. I'm starting to believe it. That's my opinion on it. That was put in that diocese. That was done. That document or whatever. What was it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That document that they did. I believe, you remember they talked about it in that document. And I have a friend who's been saying for years. Yep, and Elon knows too. He knows something. Like I said, I'm waiting for Mama Musk to get messy. Do you hear me? I am waiting, because he's going to get messy. We know it. He's going to get messy. Trump's already messy. But Elon's going to get messy. Yeah, that's still dossier. That's what it was. But he's going to get messy. He is going, because that's just the nature of who Trump and Elon are. They're messy people. Like I said, Elon's not a Republican, and neither is Trump. They just found a party that they could take advantage of, or at least they thought. Well, Elon thought he had an ally. Big dummy. Trump isn't an ally to anybody. Trump uses everybody. And Trump used Elon. And once he got what he wanted, well, he doesn't need Elon anymore. And Elon is so dumb that he thought his money could buy loyalty, not with Donald Trump. You cannot buy loyalty with Trump with money, because somebody else always has more money that they can give him. You understand? So you'll never get loyal. Exactly. He's only loyal to himself. Jesus is shaking his head. Melania didn't come here on an Einstein visa, but an Epstein visa. Oh, listen. Listen. And she overstayed her visa. And when she had Barron, she was not an American citizen. So if they do start talking about doing that, you know they're not going to make it retroactive. Because all of Trump's children outside of one were born by an immigrant woman. So they're not going to make it retro because of that. You live in Texas, so I don't have birthright citizenship since I was born in another country. Duh. I mean, I know that. I mean, you said you were born in another country. But if you can come to America and get citizenship, though, the issue is the president just arbitrarily taking somebody's citizenship because he don't like your political views. That's insane. And a violation of constitutional rights. Get out of here. You have a right to free speech. You have a right to be a dissenter. You know what I find it so funny about all of it, honestly? I might end up putting that on a shirt. If y'all want that on a shirt, I might end up putting that on a shirt. But what's funny that I always find interesting is Republicans always hang on to the Civil War. Think about it, right? And the Civil War, who were they? They were dissenters, were they not? So it's okay to dissent in that regard. But it ain't okay for nobody else to dissent. That's why I look at conservatives and go, they are hypocrites. So I don't listen to that. You said Autocracy Inc. is a book that talks about how autocrats prop each other up. Ah, okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, they do. They'll prop each other up, but they're always in competition with one another. And see, Trump, I laugh at MAGA, right? Because MAGA thinks that Trump is tougher than Vladimir Putin. And I go again, that's that American education system at work. Because they don't understand who Vladimir Putin is and what he's capable of and what his history is. They think he's just some arbitrary guy. He's not like other politicians. He's not like that guy was a spy. That's what his background was. That guy is not like other politicians. They just don't get it. I'm like, you really think Vladimir Putin is scared of Donald Trump? Come on. Come on. Come on. He's not scared of Donald Trump. Not at all. If anything, Donald Trump is scared of him. And that's a fact. You say what people don't realize about communist countries is their leader cannot lose or give up because... I'm going to let you finish. I'm going to read the rest of it. Yeah, they can't, though. They can't give up. KGB agents say Trump was recruited. I believe it. I believe it. There's some type of compromise on Trump. You said you were trying so hard to publicize Jasmine. She's a true boss, educated, and won't back down. You mean Jasmine Crockett? I agree. She is. That's why I love that she's in Congress calling people out. She's saying the quiet parts out loud, but I like she's connecting it and saying it in ways that anybody can understand. You don't have to have a dictionary because Democrats sometimes can do that shit. It's very plain language. This is the problem. This is what this is the problem. This is how it's going to affect you. And this is what we can do. That's just very plain and straightforward. No, it's another lady. I saw another she's not a young woman. She's an older woman. She's older than me. I don't remember what her name was, but she was a Democratic congresswoman. And she was on MSNBC earlier today. And she had a binder that had the bill in it. And on the front of it, she had a sheet of paper that had printed out in big letters how this bill would impact Americans. It was like 4 or 5 things, talking about food and talking about health stuff. What I didn't like was the person interviewing her. Saying, it was Alicia Menendez at the time, I think it was. And she was saying, oh, do you think that Democrats have enough information? It's like, what the fuck are you saying, lady? The other side is literally taking food out of children's mouths. And that's what you're talking about. That's what we're tired of seeing on television. The mainstream media has lost the damn plot. They lost the plot a long time ago, and they obviously work for the big companies and corporations, we know they do, that employ them. And because that is the case, they will not give real news. They just won't do it. Putin went to an international boarding school with Trump briefly. Trump was trying to hold on to those secret documents. Oh, but those documents got sent back to Mar-a-Lago. They went back like a couple weeks after he got back in office. I remember reading an article about it. You're never going to see those documents again. And not just that, more stuff is gone too. Just so you know. You say Frost blasted them about pro-life. Blasted who specifically about pro-life stuff? It's not about the damn parties anymore. So, yep, it's supposed to be about... But see, Republicans have been party before country for a long time. People weren't paying attention. I've been saying that. Republicans are a party before country. They've been that shit at least 30 years now or more. They are party before country every day, all day, and twice on Sundays. That's why I say the Republican Party is dangerous for America. They don't listen, because when it all comes down to it, party over country. Every day. You see how they're laying down for Trump? They're laying down for Trump right now. They said, fuck the Constitution. They like, Constitution? We never heard of that. Because it's party before country. They take an oath to uphold the Constitution, but they won't do it. Not Republicans. They will always uphold what their party wants over everything. That's just how they built. Party before country. They've always been that. And yep, and they serve the rich, because the rich are the ones that funnel money to them and keep them in jobs that they don't do anything in. Remember, like I told y'all, that Citizens United decision, and J.D. Vance has another lawsuit that's getting up to the Supreme Court to allow more money to go into politics. These rich people not done. They want to own every facet of your life. You watch. Not Donald should have been your stepdad in the early 80s with that outfit and them glasses. Listen, now I want them glasses. I ain't gonna lie about them glasses now. The last guy that was president, yeah, but guess what? But the last guy didn't have a fucking Capri Sun taped on his leg, did he? Walking around like, anybody hear all that water? All that slushing around? Anybody? Yeah, you don't hear it because I blocked your ass. Let they get so mad. Get your ass out of here. I just always want them to know as they're getting booted, I want them to hear that their president has a Capri Sun on his leg. Because then they'll come back with their bot account and I'll have to boot that one too. Oh yeah, Peter Thiel bought and paid for JD Vance. But quiet as kept, he paid too much. He probably could have got JD for a couple of leather couches. Y'all know it ain't hard. It ain't hard. It ain't hard to get you some JD. Okay? It ain't hard. He didn't have to pay no money for that. But he chose to. You know, hey, it is what it is. That's why I'm just like, man, I don't even listen to, you know, the mess anymore. You know, because at the end of the day, it's all mess. It literally is all mess at the end of the day. These people, they don't care about what's happening in this country. And they haven't cared about what's happened in this country for a long time. Trying to find. Okay, there it is. Yeah, they haven't cared about what's happening in our country for a long time. And they get away with it because nobody challenges them. Nobody calls it out. You see the little baby JD? You see? But his daddy don't love him because the test came back and it wasn't his. I just always like to make that clear. Anytime somebody sees little JD, I go, yeah, Trump's upset because that's not his baby. He said, I don't even have any facial hair. This baby came out with a full fucking beard. Foul on the play. Straight. I know I'm not crazy. Now, come on now. I'm looking right at the thing. So, there are no more decent Republicans. No, there are none. And the funny thing is, so many of them will claim, y'all gonna hear later, a lot of them, especially, like I said, especially Lisa Murkowski, sitting there right now trying to pretend that she cares about you. No, she doesn't. The only person she cares about is herself. Because she don't want to feel the ire of Trump. 764-167. 764-167. Sorry, you guys. I had to do something. But she doesn't care. All she cares about, again, is doing what Donald Trump wants. Exactly. She doesn't care about anything that's happening. Hey, Miss Val from B-Mole. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm going to say it again. What's going to happen with Americans? What are we going to do? What are you going to do? And I was thinking about it earlier because I saw a conversation on the internet and somebody was saying, I forget what country it was. When they were pushing back against their government, everybody stopped going to work. And that caused the government to do right. The problem is in America, frankly, I'm going to be honest, that's not a practical solution, frankly. It really isn't. Because in America, you need money to survive. Everything's just so expensive. You need money to survive. People got to pay their bills. So this whole concept of people just would not go to work anymore, as wonderful as that sounds on the surface, it's just not practical. Yeah, the lawmakers aren't helping, but we have to make it uncomfortable for them. I'm serious. Make it uncomfortable for these people. Even if it means y'all email them every day. Ask AI to write emails for you. You understand? Schedule them and just let them get sent every day. Because every day you in there, they're expecting all of us to get so tired that we just give up. That's what they're expecting. They're expecting you to go, you know what, fuck it. Just fuck it. You know, I just got to accept it. It is what it is. It's never going to get any better. So fuck it. That's what they want you to do. Just so you know, that's what it is. But you can't think in that way. You got to go, no, I'm not giving up on this. I'm just not. I refuse to give up on it. You literally have to have that mindset because these people, they play the long game. You got paid a day early because of the holiday after paying rent and electricity. I've got, oh my God, $3.05 left. That is America. But Congress say we don't work hard enough. Shit, you already working hard. No, that's not Sissy Spacek. That's Mama Musk and Daddy Don. You can't see Mama Musk with those rosy cheeks? Look at her. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Her man don't love her no more, though. Yeah, her man, what they say, her man don't love her. I feel for sis. But her man not feeling her no more. Poor little Tink Tink. Poor little Tink Tink. Like I said, more and more stuff is going to happen. Thank you so much, Apple user. More and more stuff is going to happen. But stay in contact with y'all elected officials. Just keep emailing them. I know you can't call every day because you got lives, you got jobs, you got responsibilities. But you can use AI to generate emails for you. And then you can go schedule those emails inside of Google. And those emails can go every day. So you ain't even got to be at your computer every day to send them. Just keep sending them. Because these people know exactly what they're doing. But when they're done doing it, they're going to lie to you. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to make up a whole bunch of things. Call it out. Because see, this is the thing. When Trump came along telling all those lies, you know what people used to do? When Trump would lie, people would go, oh, that's not true. But they wouldn't say it to him. Remember that? And then remember when the media went through this thing where they didn't want to call it a lie? It was alternative facts. What? That's a fucking lie. Why won't y'all just call it what it is? I remember sitting at home going, why y'all calling it everything but what it is? That doesn't make any sense. And I remember saying a long time ago then, I said they're normalizing this shit. And the problem is they're going to normalize it so much they're going to lose control of the beast. That's exactly what happened. Republicans normalized it, and now they lost control of the beast because they thought they could control Donald Trump, but they couldn't. It's back to what I keep saying. They could not control him. He cannot be controlled. They thought so. The first time they had some level of control because Trump didn't know what he was coming into. So the first couple of years when he was, president in the first term, he was just trying to figure it out. Because becoming president is like a flood hose of everything, right? Flood hose of everything. But now, that ain't the case. Have you discussed the other news outlet suing NBC for settling with him? No. Who sued? Ask CBS who spun lies. CBS didn't spin no lies. And CBS took the cowardly way out. Shut up, Linda. Get out. I booted your ass. Bye. The Democratic Party allowed a felony charge against former President Trump to float and not convict. They sure did when they should have went forward with that. I agree with you, T-Bat. They so dragged their feet on that shit. Oh, you found the new Bliggity Block sticker? Yep, I added it the other day. Because y'all mentioned it about it. So I did add it. But they dragged their feet. I blame Joe Biden on that. I blame Merrick Garland on that. All of them. I blame the Justice Department. They fucked that up royally. They did. Because Trump and them ain't going to carry on like that. See, Republicans have no problem being vindictive. So I never understood why liberals always felt like, oh, we have to act better than them. Why do you have to? Your opposition has no problem being a gutter rat. So you acting better is going to do what? Nothing. Nothing. Hey, Carmen, I agree with you. Because I get sick of Democrats, too, being weak. It's like we don't need weak leadership. If you're not going to be strong, get out of the way so we can have strong leadership. That's the way I see it. Get out of the way so that we can have people come into Congress who are going to do the things that we need them to do. And a lot of them, again, won't do that. Why? Because they love having a job in which they don't have to deliver. I'm writing something here. They like a job in which they're afraid of donors too, but they're afraid of donors because donors would stop them from getting in those jobs. So again, it all goes back to having a job in which you don't do anything. It's all back to the same damn thing. They don't do nothing. You said you believe they're working on getting rid of the weak ones. And I hope so. We'll see, won't we? My thing is, Democrats say a lot of things. That's my issue. They say a lot of stuff. But the problem is, when it's time to make good on the shit that they say, they're afraid. They don't want to alienate voters. We don't want to alienate voters. Because if we alienate voters, then we won't be able to get the independents who are just unregistered Republicans. I keep saying that. The fact that Paramount is going to play Trump, listen, it goes back to what I told y'all before. Rich people don't mind throwing money at a problem. If Paramount is willing to pay Trump, that's because they know they can get that money back. They're not worried about it. See, this is a money thing. They not worried. They like, yo, we can get that money back. We ain't tripping. And that's the truth. They will get the money back. That's the sad part. They'll make that money back and then some. So it's easier just to pay it and be done with it than it is to drag it out. But if one of us did it, oh, they take us for everything we got. They would take us for everything that we got. The only reason why Trump wins supreme is because of who he is. This is why I keep saying stop protecting rich people, because rich people are not out there going, well, you wouldn't let her get a pass. Ain't nobody standing up for me saying, hey, you trying to give her a subprime loan. You'd never do that to me. No rich person ever said that, because they don't give a fuck. They got what they need. They go back to their penthouses, their big mansions, their fancy cars, their big businesses. They are not us. And we got to stop pretending that we're the same. Even if they grew up poor, they still not us. Yep, and they work for lobbyists. You're right. But see, this is the thing y'all got to understand. When a congressperson leaves Congress, a lot of them go to work for lobbying firms. They go work for these lobbying companies. They actually go work for them. Why? Because they're going to get 6 figures. And they already got hookups with people on the Hill. So why not? So they go right and work for those lobby companies. So trust. Or they go work for some private company, but or they start their own consulting firm as a lobbyist, and then they lobby on behalf of big business. They get paid for that. And because they have inside scoop in Washington, they can do that. It's not really hard for them to get away with doing that type of stuff. That's where we are, unfortunately. The rich get richer and we get more poor. And we can change it. I do believe we can change it, but the key is actually doing that to change it. I'm trying to send myself an email off of my other thing because something I'm trying to do is not working. But we can change it. That's why I said I am so excited about this new series that's coming up, because this new series is going to teach, because I know that some people don't know these things and they may not feel comfortable asking, right? They don't want to feel like, I don't know what district I live in, and they don't want to talk about that. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to know what district you live in, how to find out who your rep is, how to know what their voting record is, how to contact a rep, so that you understand how to do these things. Because see, the people who are powerful, they don't want you to know how to do the thing. They want you to feel like once you elect them, that you kind of just stuck. That's what they want you to think. Like you're kind of just stuck, and whatever they're doing, you just kind of just go with it. No, they still work for you. Even when you vote for them and they get into office, they still work for you. Your tax dollars still pay their salary. But they don't want you to realize that. They want you to forget about that part. No. We're not forgetting about that. That's why I tell y'all, stay diligent. Stay contacting your elected officials. I'm just trying to look to see if there's anything else that's happening right now. Stay diligent contacting your elected officials, because if you don't, they win. Just so y'all know, if you don't, they win. I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. And they're going to win every time if you don't stay actively engaged in what the hell is happening. That's real talk. If you don't stay actively engaged, they're going to win every time. That's that, because I know people get hopeless. It's summertime. It's hot outside. People lose their focus. But don't do it. Now, Laura Loomer put out a tweet, right? Listen to the vitriol and the hate, right? And keep in mind, she's a consultant to the president. So I want you to hear what she said. She said, alligator lives matter. Then she said, the good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now. Y'all, this is ethnic cleansing. I tried to tell folks. See, now is the time I would love to talk to Cubans in Florida. I told y'all. They want, see, one of the things in that bill that people aren't paying attention to because you're so caught up in all the other stuff, what did I tell you? They love distractions. Because when you have distractions, you don't pay attention to the bigger picture of what is happening, right? What really, the most nefarious thing that's in that bill, now they're talking about House reps are unable to fly to Washington to vote due to megastorm. Bullshit. They can still fly to D.C. Folks are using that as an excuse not to vote for that fucking bill because they know we're watching. Pay attention. Pay attention. But, hold on, I'm trying to find the article that I had seen earlier. I don't even see it. Dang it. I keep doing that. I thought I saved it, but I guess I didn't save it. But cruelty's the point, y'all. Cruelty is the point. They hate. That's hate. That's outright just hate. But remember, they told you before the election it wasn't racism. I kept telling folks it's been racism from the beginning, and it's going to continue to be racism. Thank you. July snowstorm, but there's no climate change. Okay. These people have always been cruel, but now they can be extra cruel. But yeah, she said, the alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals. Again, because in that, hold up, I know what I was looking for. J.D. Vance told what was really in that bill that y'all should have paid attention to. Hold on, let me find it. I know I saved it. Now they're going to start playing with me. Post. No, that's not it either. But he said, basically, they got all this extra funding for ICE. See, that's really what they wanted. Y'all, we're so focused and caught up in all the other stuff because there's so much bad stuff in this bill. But ultimately, they get more funding for ICE. So they can build more detention centers, hire more agents to snatch people up whenever they want to snatch them up. We tried to tell you. So to all of you, and when I say we, black people specifically, there were white people telling you too. But I'm telling you, black folk, black people need to start listening to black people. We got history with America. We know how this shit works. Because we have to know how it works. Because if you don't know how the system works, you won't make it home. It'll crush you. You have to know how the system works. We know how it works very intimately. And we know how it'll suck you in and make you think it likes you and use you to oppress other folk. And then once it oppresses them, it's going to come after your ass. Well, I said it before, the wise one, you stop them, you're going to have to be, it's not just one thing, it's many things. Are you ready and committed to being actively engaged in your government long term? See, the question is really for the American citizen. Are you going to be actively engaged in your government and hold your government accountable? Because the funniest part is to watch Americans, everybody's so fucking tough up until shit like this happens. And then all of a sudden, everybody's sitting around like, who's going to do something? Who's going to do something? You say blacks are not immigrants. We were brought here, but we're on the radar. We're on the radar, but blacks, like those of us who've been here because our ancestors were bought here as slaves, trust me, they're not chasing us first. I'm telling y'all, they're chasing Hispanics first because they are concerned about Hispanics being the majority. They don't want them voting liberal. So what do? Get rid of them. And if you got already a whole bunch of people in the party anyway who are racist, they aren't going to want those people in their party. They don't give a shit. To them, that is not a symbolism of America. I tried to tell the people, the Vivek Ramaswamis, the Bobby Jindals, the Nikki Haleys, the Tim Scotts, the Byron Donaldsons. They don't like you. You are being used. You are a thing to be used to bring in others like you. But they don't like you, and they don't like the others that you bring with you either. It is interesting to me to watch Vivek Ramaswamy get his wake-up call. I'm like, where did you think you were, sir? Oh, you thought you were one of them. Oh, no, you're not. You're not. Mm-mm. You're right. There is a school-to-prison pipeline. Problem is, enough people aren't being locked up. They want more. Think about it. America will build a prison before they build a new school. It will build a prison before it builds a new school. America don't care about the welfare and being of its like people. It cares more about controlling them and making money. So y'all better stay your asses and email them. You can go right to ChatGPT tonight and say, hey, ChatGPT, write me 10 emails for me to send to my local official. This is my local official. This is my congressperson. About that big budget bill that I hate and why I hate it. And give me some reasons. List some reasons in there why it doesn't work for me. And then you can go right to Google and schedule all those emails. So just letting y'all know. But don't let up off these people. Okay? Don't let up. Now I want to say thank you all for joining me tonight. Oh, look, we got 53,000 likes. I so appreciate that. Listen, I appreciate all of the likes, all of the engagement, all the shares, all the follows, all the gifts. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. First of all, that's the first thing. Second thing, don't forget a new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast. It's going to be hitting a little over 30 minutes at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to go live on YouTube. It's already on Patreon for paid members. But for free members on Patreon, you'll be able to see it then too. It's on Spotify. It'll be on YouTube. Check it out. I'm talking about paid leave in that episode. And when we talk about paid leave, we're talking about how America got like the history of paid leave. You know what I mean? The history of it and how all that works. You know, it's a great show. I think you will enjoy it. My live show is going to start Monday. That's going to be broadcast on YouTube. So I'll share the details of that in Patreon as well. So check out my Patreon. Go over there and follow and sign up as a member. You can be a free member or a paid member. The choice is yours. But go over there and check it out. I also put that picture up I told y'all about this morning that I cannot put on TikTok. It's a derivative of this picture. Go look at it. You're going to laugh your ass off. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. Because the picture makes me howl, but I can't put it on here because I think I'll get a strike for that. So I'm not going to put it on here. I'm going to start putting more of that stuff on Patreon. Because I have some other stuff that I've never put anywhere, but I'm like, oh, I got to save that. That's just too damn good. It's disrespectful, but it's too good not for me to save it. I just had nowhere to share it. You said you wish the insurance and big pharmaceutical would band together. No, they don't band together because they've made so much money through government as well. See, pharmaceutical companies and insurance, they're socialists too because they get a lot of government money too. So a lot of them are going to acquiesce and do what the government wants because they want the money, because they want the profits. See, this is a money thing too. This is a money thing too. So just understand that's what's happening here. So check out the podcast tonight. I think you all are going to like it. Check out the Substack. I got a new article going to come over on the Substack today. I'm talking about, which is connected to the paid leave thing. I'm kind of tying it all in together, but I'm going a little deeper on some other stuff in relation to that. So check that out. That's going to be awesome. I will be back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like I always am, to give it to you straight, no chaser. So I thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because I do this every live. I thank you all for all of the gifts. So I want you to know that. So for each and every one of you, whether it was 1 rose or 20 or whatever, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Number 1, Handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much. Number 2, beautiful Kiana. Number 3, beautiful Soyana. Number 4, beautiful Storyteller. Number 5, beautiful Living Life. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful the Cassie B. Thank you all so much. So I really, really do mean it. Thank you so much. And I can't wait till we do that morning show on. And you know what? I'm just going to look at some other stuff and put stuff in there. Don't forget, I did add the new Bliggity Block sticker. So that's in here. Merch, my sample merch was already mailed out to me. So I'm just waiting for it to show up as soon as I get it. I hope to have it before the Monday show. So I can wear one of the shirts and have my mug during the first debut show, because that would be cool if I did. I'm still going to do TikTok lives, Nessa, but my morning show, the 2-hour show, will actually be on YouTube, only because then I don't have to restrict my conversation and what I talk about. I can actually have a real conversation, because you can't really do that on YouTube, on TikTok. I got to use too many special words and phrases, and sometimes I don't always keep up with it. And I've been catching too many strikes lately forgetting. So it's just easier to do. And I'm trying to build up that YouTube channel even more anyway. But I am going to put this evening's TikTok live on YouTube. This morning's TikTok live is already on YouTube. Yesterday's TikTok live, both sessions are already on YouTube. The AI session is also on YouTube. So for those of you who weren't able to attend the AI session, or you want to look back at something that we talked about, the videos are available on YouTube, so you can go see it there, so you can get that information again. If you guys got any more questions about it, ask me on Patreon. I have no problems answering your questions, and if I need to do any other content for you in relation to that, I can. But let me be clear: I don't really do content creation content. That's really not my area of expert. It is my area, but it's not my area on TikTok. Like I told you before, check out Paul Live Free Francis. Really, really great. He's going to give you some great information. So that would be who I would check out. I thank you all so much. And like I told you, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I'm going to tell you, like I always tell you when I wrap up, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much. Look, I got to do this, y'all. We got ourselves somebody that wanted my attention. Bye. They went through pasting that whole big Trump thing, and now it's gone. Poof. But what do they say? Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Look at the Bliggity Block stickers. I love it. Y'all, peace. Have a beautiful evening. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.